Hey guys, it's Blitz. I'm here with a new series I'm going to be doing that I'm going to call How to Not Suck at Castlevania Rondo of Blood. Now, while I hear a lot of people talk about how difficult the old Castlevanias are, and with good reason they are fairly difficult, but they don't have to be. As long as you know what's coming and you know what you're doing, they're actually pretty simple. So, I'm going to give you guys a complete breakdown on how to get through Rondo of Blood efficiently and with as little trouble as possible, barring catastrophic human error. And knowing me, that is going to be very likely. I will be using save states, mostly because I don't want to have to redo sections if something goes horribly wrong, like I know it will. Also, I'm post-commentating this because it just makes it easier. I am able to break things down more quickly and efficiently, and I'll be a better player for it because I won't be distracted by commentary. So this guy's going to throw his scythe. If you jump, you can smack it right out of the air, although if you don't think you can hit it, you can also just duck right underneath it. Now when he does this, he's going to charge his laser and fire a skull. And if you hit it with your whip when it's right there, you'll destroy it. Pretty simple. And then he's going to salute and fly off. And we will move on to stage 1. And another save state. So stage 1 has a few pretty simple enemies. You've got your skeleton Donkey Kongs there. They aren't too much trouble. There is one variety that could give you some trouble a little bit later on, but they're not that bad. The axe right there is very important. You're going to want to carry that with you. I would also recommend very early on, as a piece of advice, break all the candles and torches you find, because points are very important in this game. They give you extra lives, and as a new player, extra lives are going to be incredibly important. Now you can see me battling wits with the staircase there and losing. If you break that, you'll get 700 of those very valuable points. There's going to be 2 gorillas in windows there. Another one throwing a barrel. If you just throw the axe, it'll break it right out of the air. Not a big problem. There's another one here. Same story as before. Now, this guy, right here. Now, what I was trying to do, after I spectacularly failed at doing so, was throw an axe. But I pressed too many buttons on my keyboard, and I just jumped over him. If you throw an axe, the second he breaks out of the window, there's a 90% chance you will hit him straight in the face and kill him without him being able to do anything. It will save you a lot of trouble, and I recommend it so you don't wind up doing what I had to do. Still didn't give me that much trouble, but I'd like to say I get lucky there. So this is the split point for this level. Every level in this game has 2 exits, except for the final levels. We're going to be taking the main exit this time, and shortly I will show you the secret exit. Now these bats give people some trouble because of their wavy pattern. If you just stay calm and patient and pay attention to how they're flying, they won't give you that much issue. These golems, they're pretty simple. When they punch, you don't even have to duck. As long as you're not in the air, it won't hit you. I like to duck because it makes me feel safe. And if they shoot the fireballs, you can actually break them with your whip, as you saw earlier. And that's true for most projectiles in this game. It's very rare that you can't, and it's a very important thing to remember. These guys don't take that much to go down. Typically, in these games, the larger enemies are the easier ones. It's the small, fast ones that you have to worry about. So we have some torches with some money bags and hearts here. You're going to need those. Make sure you still have the axe here. I'm not entirely sure why I've stopped moving like a derp, but when you continue and keep moving to the right, you will initiate the boss fight with gigantic flying purple rubber dragon. Actually, this guy probably has a name, but I don't know what it is. I just call him what he looks like. He has 2 major forms of attack. One is to lunge at you, which is fairly simply dodged. The other is this fire breath, which is not fairly simply dodged. I don't myself have an effective way of avoiding it. It's really a lot of luck. However, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage, so it's really not much to worry about. Throw a few axes, you'll have his health down in no time, and you're going to watch him burn to the ground and disintegrate horribly, because he deserves it. When he's finished vanishing into hell, you can collect the orb, like a boss, and move on to stage 2. But wait, there's more! So if you come back here, either your first time or just choosing this level again from the stage select, and you break this corner, you'll get 5 hearts. But if you break this wall, you'll open the secret path. So if you have the axes, like I recommended, you can take out this ectoplasm fairly simply. He is a little bit tricky if you have your whip, but it's not that big of a deal. Now, it's worth noting there is a secret area to the left there, but unless you're playing the PSP version, it's just a waste of health. If you are playing the PSP version, there is a soundtrack disc that way, so if you're trying to collect those, just know that there's one over there. Now, there's some holy water there, but I don't recommend it for reasons you'll see shortly. In fact, in terms of sub-weapons, with very few exceptions, the best sub-weapons for every situation are either the axe or the cross. There are some rare circumstances where I will find myself using daggers or the grimoire. Very rarely do I use the holy water. Of course, when these situations arise, I will make a point of showing you, so you know when to switch your sub-weapon out. It's also worth noting that if you die, you lose the sub-weapon, so just remember to be careful. Now, I did save state in front of this guy because he is a jerk. A jerky jerk, a very large jerky jerk, and I hate him, and he sucks. And he's annoying, and I do very poorly against him. He has 3 major forms of attack. The first is the water breath, and that is actually not, believe it or not, how you're supposed to dodge that. You actually want to jump into it, which sounds a little bit suicidal, but I demonstrate it here in a couple of seconds so you can see what I mean. Yeah, right here. You want to do that. Just jump towards it, and you'll go right over it. His second form of attack is his spinny thing, and you notice I got hit that time. That's because he's actually moving forward while he does that. So what you want to do is move along with him, so you don't get hit by his tail, and I'll show you that in a future moment. And then his third attack is, of course, to just jump in and out of the water. That's barely worth mentioning, however, as it's very simple to dodge. Yep, see, that's how you want to avoid the spinny attack. Just kind of gently tap on the D-pad. Grand Cross, the item crush for the cross, is extremely effective against him. Just remember to use it in not stupid situations like I did. To avoid his death attack, you just want to pick a direction and start walking. He'll miss you every time. It's worth noting that that attack can never kill you. It's just there to brutalize your final score for the level. And when we collect his orb, we can move on to Stage 2 Prime. Alright, and that concludes Part 1. I will see you guys next time, where we will conquer Stage 2. See you then.